let them not feel excited, especially the sexually active age. Let them not feel excited about new faces, about benefits, go into it because of the benefits associated, but those are short-lived. So when we change our behavior, we shall be able, or we can be able to deal with this AIDS scourge or the situation with AIDS. And when we were mentioning the hotspot areas, I realized that almost all our urban centers or urban areas are in the hotspots. You mentioned the Chite, mentioned the Kafunjo Mirama, mentioned the Washamiri, all Nyamkana, all of them. So what does that mean? And we are urbanizing, we are continuing to urbanize. So meaning, if the whole Ntungamo became urbanized, it would all become hotspot area. So we are not safe. Okay? We are not safe. You target, you program or you design deliberate programs targeting urban areas, urban residents, people who are living in urban areas. You put deliberate efforts to see that you sensitize people, tell them to go for testing, advise them to immediately start taking drugs. We are lucky they are still available. At least for drugs, they are still available. We can still access them in every health center or health facility. So when you go for treatment and faithfully take these drugs, you can still move on and do your planning activities. So to drug, you have a big task ahead of you. Health, you also have a big task ahead of you. All of us, let's team up together and see if that we close this gap. We don't say now that funding was closed, we don't have enough funds, we say no. And town clerks and those who are all in charge of finances, when you are planning, when you are developing your work plans and budgets, make sure you mainstream AIDS. I'm lucky, or rather I'm happy that he has mentioned that production is one of the fathers of this program. And formerly we used to think that this should only be healthy. Now we realize that everyone is eventually affected. And that's why we should all spare resources, even at household level, in your home. You spare resources to make sure that your people are healthy, they are living a healthy life. Don't think that government will address everything. When access to resources, plan for them accordingly, put all activities, including ensuring that the people you live with, the people who live around you are healthy. That is the primary thing. Whatever you are doing, if you don't put being healthy as number one, it will all come to waste. Because when you plan investments, you don't plan about going for treatment, for medical checkup, and all of a sudden you fall sick, you waste a lot of time and money trying to treat the diseases which you would have prevented from occurring. Then about prevalence rate, I was asking you why we should continue having increases in prevalence rates and why we should continue having new numbers or new cases, 300 per quarter. That means each quarter, and which areas by the way did you target and test it to get the 300 per quarter?
Actually, we have 3 centers.
The whole district?
Yes.
And we never managed to reach every person.
Yeah.
So those are the few you managed to reach.
That all believe in
All believe themselves. So assuming it was made compulsory for everybody, how the number would be. So 300 per quarter, that's 100 per month, is still a big number. We are at 5.4 from 6.7, which is higher than the national percentage of drug prevalence rate of 5.4. So this is not good news for us. Western, you have seen how now told us that if you are going to a marriage pattern, you shouldn't think of Western. That's a bad, it's already a bad brand for the Western people. Okay? So we should all join our efforts together to see that we change the trend. Okay? And that should be our message everywhere. And I was asking you, sometimes after you told us that undetectable UD equals means zero transmission. Then I asked you, we have people who are already enrolled for treatment and are taking drugs. Why should we continue having these new transmissions if the people we have are already on treatment, and therefore we expect that their viral load should be undetectable and therefore zero transmission? Why should we continue having this? You see that so going forward, even those who have enrolled for medication need to be advised that they should also change their character. Because one, falling sick is one thing, going for treatment is another one, and the way you conduct, the way you behave during the treatment period is also another one. So you might take drugs in the morning and spend the rest of the day drinking alcohol. Or you take drugs and don't eat well. There is a habit also. The literal foodstuffs we produce, most of our people sell a big part of it and remain with nothing. So nutrition plays a big part for people, both those who are sick and those who are not sick. So don't think that now that I'm taking drugs, I can behave in any other way that I want. Drugs need support, need a healthy body to be effective. Then if you are taking drugs, you shouldn't also start behaving in a way as if the world is ending. More, there are those who, after knowing that they are HIV positive, think that the world has come an end. No. We have people who have lived for more than 30 years after testing positive. So the message should change to our people. We tell them to be confident, even after discovering that they are HIV positive, they can still live on, they have families, they can still support them. And in that way, we shall be able to fight this element together. Otherwise, if we continue shying away and give the responsibility to government workers, to institutions, they will not manage. They will not reach our homes, they will not stay there. If you have drugs, we shall not be reaching everywhere to keep reminding you to take drugs. We also have instances where people pick drugs but don't take them. Then they pick drugs, they keep them in an unsafe environment, and you find you are taking what? Poison instead of medicine. So these are many things. There are many things to do. Like I have been telling people that the safe water chain. You might go to a water spring or a water point. Water is safe, but that chain between the water point and the consumption level, you find you have already contaminated it. When you picked it from the source, then it is safe. So likewise, the way we take our drugs, the environment in which we keep them in, also matters. And that's why not all those who take drugs or who go for medication for any ailment heal at the same time. There are those who respond fast because of the way they conduct themselves during treatment, and there are those who take long. You find that they think the drug is even resistant, when actually it is because of the behavior of the patient. So let's advise our people to be people who are responsible, to help us to help them. Otherwise, this is a nice engagement. You are going to be messengers, take the message, spread it, tell people, show them the need to also help themselves. Like some time back, there was we were in a training about how we can improve our livelihoods, both at household level and nationally. And somebody brought us statistics showing us that 48% are engaged in active production, meaningful activities. Then another 48% is blaming the government. That government has not done this, has not done this. So 48% expect that everything is to be done by government. And only 2% is the one that is engaged in meaningful activities. Meaning that however much effort you put as stakeholders, it will be hard to move those category of people from one ladder to the other. And even if you do, they will still slip back. Right? Because interventions have lifespans, after expiry of the intervention period, sustainability will be zero. And they will go back to their level. So we need to tell people that they themselves have a big stake to play in ensuring that government programs, government effort, government employees' efforts take effect. Short of that, they will always blame government that has not done this and that. And with those few remarks, I want to pray that when we come out of here, we don't keep the information we have gotten here in our books and our notebooks. Let it circulate, let it reach every household, let it reach every level, and to the town clerks. I want to argue that in your plans now, we are in a planning and budgeting period. Let's see how to integrate these activities to mainstream HIV/AIDS. Schools, Inspector Robert, you are here. You always meet head teachers. Tell them. I don't know whether you still have talking compounds.
Yes, some.
Some. They have died out, by the way. And they used to have a lot of messages. But for the schools I have gone to, you can hardly find any. They were called
PSA messages.
PSA messages. Let them be reactivated, know the schools, so that at least slowly by slowly, our people, our runners can pick some information. And in that way, some might adhere and help us to stop the scourge. Otherwise, if we relax, we are here to perish. Because the scientists are not yet through, and therefore we need to change our behavior and the way we spend our resources. Otherwise, if we think that government, that donation has stopped, we have enough resources here which we can use and achieve what we want. Let me wish you a nice meeting, and you allow me that I proceed to Itoto. We have a site meeting there, and they are waiting for me. Otherwise, I want to thank you, Health Department, for coordinating this engagement. I want to thank you, the participants, for coming, the media, for being with us, and for always helping us to provide services to the population. And I hope that even this one will be dealt with the same way. I thank you.
Maybe they should also introduce themselves.
Yeah, thank you, Carl, for the good and the encouraging remarks. And we want to thank you for having spared this time to share with us and invite us to continue with this program. Other higher engagements, as you engage with the sector heads, help us to extend our request to ensure that what is being done in the health, natural resources, and corruption is reflected in other departments, especially by targeting the three I have mentioned. But otherwise,